So we get almost immediately underway with the semi-final. And this is Shane Thompson against Dan Bishop. And Shane continuing with dry breaks. He had a lot during his first match, and he's had another one here. Getting bored of myself saying it, to be honest. And mistake there from Dan. Should have been cementing himself on one of those options, and now really good chance from Shane, or for Shane. Well, look at that for position. I'm assuming that the red was probably his target, just to land on and around that red. But, came up through the gap, and it's not ideal queuing from on the cushion. He's obviously got one over the bag, but controlling the white is not easy, so he's going to leave the one over the bag as his insurance policy. Take this one down the rail. What a great pot that is. Goodness me, that is real high tariff and a really good pot. Nice clearance. Good stuff from Shane. Straight out with the first frame, and it's 1-0. And puts his hand up in way of apologising to Shane as he's covered the bag. Shane will be looking just to run and hide. That's a nice shot. Puts the pressure right back on Dan. Two for Shane, and he was looking to get lower. Expected that to check off the bottom rail and come lower. I think he's okay. He can still manufacture an angle. He just needs to. It would have been so much easier had he been 6 inches lower. He could. Yeah. It was too straight. So he's going to have to do it this time. Again, not quite got the right angle. It's better. Go off the bottom rail. Yep, still not quite right. He's just going to double this out, I think. a couple of opportunities where he could have just literally punched into the red and pushed the yellow up table, but just taking his medicine, and cleverly so. This is what Shane does very well. Just plays the percentages. That it's going to be 2-0. Hey, and Shane finds the ball off the break. And for once, he comes to the table, and it's wonderfully open. This could be his first break-in dish of the day on stream. Got a nice path here. I think ideally would have liked to have landed straight so he could play the black in the middle, but in fact he might just, yeah, he's got a nice, I was going to say he's got a nice path just to run around through the gap, and that's fine. Just saying to Dan, come and take a look. In case you're uncomfortable with it. But, no, that's absolutely fine. Nice clearance. Nice break there from Dan. Reds, he nominates, and again, the Reds have gone really nice. And he should be returning the favour here. This is about a dot-to-dot clearance, as you'll see. Manoeuvring from one ball to the next. You can just screw straight back in a line for a drop in. Run the cue ball for a few inches, and just stun up table for the black in the middle. Easy as that. Dan Bishop returns the favour. Break dish of his own. And it's now 3-1 to Shane Thompson. Probably just a fraction straighter than he wanted. Can't see it being a problem. Just screw the cue ball back about 4 inches south of where it is now, just below the middle bag, and he'll be perfect. Not quite got into that in the way he wanted. Definitely wanted to be below the middle bag, and then he could just stun up table for the black in the opposite corner bag, but he's got just the wrong angle now. I think he's going to have to play this a lot harder and top the cue ball off the bottom rail. And he could just stun through the gap. Still not ideal. But you got to fancy him to get this one. I think he was just trying to stun just a little bit straighter to leave the black in the middle. Oh dear, you heard the reaction from Shane. The oh my god. I tell you what, he's had a little touch. Because I think the black's covered the path. That yellow. The natural angle would be to top the one, put the one into the top left and just come around 2 cushions for the yellow into the bottom right, but I think he's covered that option. It meant that Dan had to play that much harder. It would have been a natural shot, so Shane had a bit of a result. Got to be said. And now this one is tricky. Playing it off the rail. He's nailed it. Good shot. Nice clearance. It's going to be 3-2. Now we are at the stage of the semi-final. These are now races to 11. So it's gone up through the tournament. I quite like that, actually. The early rounds were races to 5, and then the last 16 onwards races to 10, and this a race to 11. I'm not sure what the final is. I'll have to have a look in a second. The final's also 11, so I like the way it kind of increases throughout the tour, throughout the tournament, should I say. So that was another dry break. Well, I say another dry break. It was the first one for Dan. Shane will be looking to put that Miss Black behind him as soon as possible. Shane's just he just knows how to win. He's a very, very good pool player, but he knows how to win. He just mops up these kind of events. I won't say, I mean, it sounds unfair, but it's not elite. It's not the elite fields that you see in the very top tournament. So, when I'm talking about slightly weaker fields, we're still talking about very, very good pool players, county standard. But missing the upper tier, shall we say? But he just wins these things. I think he played an event I think I saw him play an event down around Southampton way not too long ago, one of the tour events, and I think he won that. He was a regular winner on the Southwest Tour. He plays a lot of local events, and I mean, this is his living. So he enjoys turning up to these events, and of course he's current England international, so top quality player. When he comes into these fields, he's often favourite, and rightly so. You'd have to agree with him as well, wouldn't you? It's one of those that you can flick in if you play it. If you just play to miss the yellow, lots and lots of right-hand side. You can see him loading up a right-hand side. You just play to miss it, rail first and hit it on the way back out and just flick it in. Perfect. Perfect. And a lovely little nudge onto the knuckle as well, just to make the black a bit easier. Oh no. Oh no. Wow. Should not have been anywhere near that middle bag. Shane doing what's needed, and now that's 6-2, and that should have been 5-3. Looks to have been unlucky here. Can't see a path through to the red into the middle, so he's going to manufacture something here. You're about to see an attempt at a 5-ball plant. What a shot. What a shot. Really clever just to be able to see that. You could see that the black and yellow were dead set to good vision, really good vision. He's played to find that gap, and that is absolutely perfect, pinpoint accurate, really good, great control, flicks the yellow away from the top of the black. And the thing is, Shane can afford to be more expressive now. He's got no pressure on him from Dan. If Dan had taken his chances, this could be a lot closer. A lot more pressure on Shane. But Shane just not feeling it. He can just play with abandon. Let the elbow loose. And he is really cueing a nice ball now. Mentioned his cue action earlier. Really classic long drawback pause. But that's no good. Should still be okay, should be able to go cushion first. And the natural angle will be to the white ball will come out for the black into the middle. Or you can just nudge into the yellow and leave it long. Well, again, options. Cut to middle or long to corner. It's going to go long. Very nice. Good clearance from Shane. Finds a ball, and reds look really good. That red coming to settle over the bottom left is just perfect, just to allow you to. He just needs to make sure the first one, doesn't he? Red to centre, to left centre, and it'll be a massive favourite in this frame. See the side he's putting on that ball just to run it around 2 rails. I'm sure if the one at the top of the triangle passes into the centre, I think the black may be in the way, so. Now suddenly this becomes more awkward. He has to cut this one to middle, but the white is going to be colliding with the other red, and he could easily push that safe. Could push it towards the yellow. So he's gonna take the longer one. Nice pot. Very nice. Harder shot, but the reward being pretty much guaranteed to win the frame. Well judged. Always going to head down towards his bottom pocket, so not too much risk. That's a good clearance. Yeah, very nice. And well, given himself a good angle. This was always going to be the problem. He has to move this yellow out, and if this goes wrong, he's in trouble. But he's left himself the perfect angle. Wants to go rail first. Beautiful. Ideal. Yeah, played it really well. As I say, I don't think he absolutely was forced to go for the out there, but executed it really well. And from 7-2 down, now 7-4. Shane's just going to be looking to stun down into the red. Perfect. Just to move that aside. Lovely shot. Again, well done. This is one of those clearances that it's just tricky. You've got an angle to screw back into the red and yellow. No. No, it's just, as I say, it's just one of those clearances that just needs really, really good cue ball control. And he's just let that one get away slightly. He wanted to finish just a couple of inches lower to take the one below the red next. Now he's got a plan, but this could easily go wrong. Played it okay. Definitely still not ideal. He's always going to push that yellow down on top of the other one and push that closer to the cushion. And he's got two reds immediately above it. Now this is tough. If he can, he needs to screw, over to there. He needs to give him. He needs to get just below the yellow to give himself an angle. Should be okay. Needs an angle. May just have it. Straight's no good. Yeah, there you can see he's just got the tiniest of angles. You can just force this now. There you go. Just forced it using a touch aside. Could have definitely gone wrong. But again, really well manufactured clearance. Brilliant. Really impressive this from Shane. Very, very good. Well, he made it. I was going to say, Shane had given him a sniff at a double there. I wasn't sure if he was going to take it on because I don't know how much benefit it offers him. Going to be left with a really tough black. I mean, that was just for tricky. Great shot. That really is a very, very fine clearance. Another dry one from Dan. Not what he was looking for there. After that nice clearance. Again, would have been looking to get some momentum, and look at the way the Reds have gone. Had he found a ball, the Reds look absolutely superb. Shane's going to be clearing these, I reckon. Don't see too many problems, obviously the black, but he's got two balls that he can use to develop that. First shot's just gone slightly wrong. He's just screwed it back an inch further than he wanted to, which makes this one a little bit more tricky. But nothing more than a half ball cut. And he's back in prime position. He's okay. You got to fancy Shane to go two from the hill. As I mentioned, he had a couple of balls to address that black, and he does so. was success. The only thing he's looking at here is just concerning himself with the order, just because it's not straightforward to get from the red to the left of the table onto the black. But that's a pretty good angle. I'll be playing this with right hand side, coming side cushion, top cushion, side cushion, back across the bulk line to leave himself this black to go 2 from the hill at 9-5. Make it he does. So over in the other game, Nick Bell, 5-4 up against Macaulay Gunn. One more to pop up in the dry break column for Shane. Nice, he's manoeuvred the cue ball well. And doing what he needs to do. And now he's just relying on mistakes from Shane. Pulls back a frame, 9-6. Okay. There's black now for Shane Thompson to go on the hill. And 10 frames to 6. Bit of a lash. No, much easier ball to hit off of the other side rail, I felt. I know why he went that way, because you got a chance of cutting it in the pocket, but I think I'd have preferred to get it moving. And this simple last few balls to get Shane across the line. No. So he does have another shot. Just needs to leave the right angle. It's okay. You just stun straight down table. administering last rites with this placard on the bottom rail. And it's Shane Thompson that progresses through to the final. He will meet either one of Nick Bell or Macaulay Gunn.